Hello, long time no speak. I've been very busy, so I've just been doing quick songs and so on and so forth. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about how the internet is good for folk tales. I've been watching a lot of a channel recently called Nexpo, which is Nightmare Expose, basically. And the guy does content on internet mysteries and like weird Reddit threads like yay video games and all this type of stuff, weird YouTube videos, strange profiles on Facebook, anything like that, kind of quasi creepy pasta. So it's very interesting content. It's sometimes quite unnerving because what if there's actually paranormal stuff going on, and some of the stuff is very weird. But it is very interesting nonetheless, even if it is unnerving on occasion. And after watching all these things, I've come to the conclusion that the internet is great for this type of thing. It lends itself to folklore very easily. It's going to lead to a resurgence in like urban legends and folk tales and stuff, in my opinion. It lends itself to mystery very well. Like you have the rabbit holes in the internet are massive. Like you can scroll through somebody's Reddit, like their entire Reddit feed, and find nothing, but find 4 accounts connected to them that you may find answers on, and then you scroll through all those accounts and they don't have anything, but there's clues here and there, so you keep going and going, and you can spend days doing that and still have no answer. So to me, it's kind of reminiscent of when like boats used to go missing, or they'd show up with no crew and stuff, and they would go, well, this ship's haunted, it's paranormal, etc. Like all the kind of paranormal things that couldn't be explained, and then with the advent of like forensic science and stuff, they could explain what happens. And like with the increase in police force and crime, like fighting crime and all this, they can explain it all. But on the internet, you have anonymity with your username, so there's a bit of mystery there as well. It's who's writing it, what if they're not even real, because this is weird. Like if you have an account that's filled with just screeds of random text and the comments don't make any sense, you might be able to just go, oh well, it's clearly just a bot. But what if the pictures are consistent and it looks like a normal life that the person's leading? But then you look at the comments and the comments are very, very strange. Like with the video games thing, the guy went through it in great detail and basically came to the conclusion that this guy so the guy who was writing all the weird stuff he'd had drug problems and he'd had mental health problems, and any time he had about he was on one of the drugs or he had about the mental health problems, he would go on Reddit and type furiously and it wouldn't make any sense, but to people from the outside it looked like what's going on, because he'd been typing normally up to that point, and then he started to the point where he just randomly starts going and going and going and going about absolute rubbish, basically. So it does lend itself to that kind of thing. And it wouldn't be a story without people to spread it to. And the internet also makes this very easy, especially with the advent of social media. Like if you look at the Nexpo channel has like 800,000 subscribers, 780,000 maybe, something like that. That's nearly 1 million people. That's a huge reach of people. I mean, when you think about it, it probably wasn't back in the day. It probably wasn't everybody who was constantly talking about folklore. So it's probably about the same size, except it's on a global scale now rather than like the local forest monster or something. But it's the same deal. It's the same mysterious things are happening that, like, if they had access to all the information, would be completely explainable. But since they don't, it has to be like aliens, or it has to be some sort of paranormal thing. It's great, really. I love it, because even though probably most of it isn't real, it gets your noggin a jogging. Can't believe I just said that. Anyway, it's been my first return to commentary. Thank you everybody who has subscribed to me. If you like my videos, subscribe if you're new. Share them, like them, comment on them, especially if you disagree with me, because you're the people that I want to hear from most, so I can better myself. Thank you very much, everybody. See you in the next video.